Welcome back to the Wealth Guardian Show. I'm Brian Geiser, and with me is Doug Ray. We're on our last segment here. Something we always open up our show with, and we didn't today, is thanking the men and women in uniform for our freedom. And truly, we would not be free without them. Thank you guys, and God bless you. Also, Doug and I were talking at break, and just kind of, we went over, the $780 billion QE1 stimulus package and how everybody was upset about that, and rightfully so. And now, as time goes on, the shovel-ready projects were probably in the 30-40 billion range, and then $750 billion.
I don't think there was any.
Yeah, true. I'm sure there were some fronts. You remember how they were out. But even if it was 30 or 40 billion, that's still 750 billion, 740 billion. Imagine, just take a thought here, just open your mind a little bit. Imagine if they would have put that into the housing market, just dumped it all in the housing market, backing loans, small business loans, growth in true business, not government business, not, as they say, building bridges. And grant you, we need to build bridges, don't get me wrong. Clearly we need infrastructure, but not government-guided infrastructure. We see what government-guided infrastructure has done for us, $15 trillion in debt. And but just imagine the jobs. Yeah, we would probably have about a 8,000 Dow right now. We'd probably have a 900 S&P, but at least it would be legitimate. At least it would be legitimate. Now we're probably looking at a 500, 400 S&P down the road before we're legitimate, a 2, 3, 4,000 Dow before we're legitimate, all because they take $780 billion and infuse the bankers on Wall Street. Nobody's changed. You still have Paulson. You still have all these kooks up there. But the bottom line is, I guess it all comes back to what Doug and I have said all along, Doug for 4 years, me for the last little over 2 years. Housing and employment must get on track because it's the biggest leak in our system. And when that gets on track, all the rest has a ripple effect amongst the other areas of fundamentals, if you will. We got 45 million people on food stamps, and I think that makes this current administration smile. I mean, we've got welfare out the wazoo. 1 in 2 people in America don't pay taxes. I don't think a portion of them really don't want to not pay taxes. They do want real jobs. But when you infuse Las Vegas Wall Street, as I like to call it from time to time, with money and not housing and not true employment, and I mean small business employment, that's 70% of the jobs in America. I mean, this problem, that's just like running from your problem. That is a kick the can down recipe. A kick the can down the road recipe, nothing more. And so you as an individual, you are a modern day pioneer. You are a modern day pioneer. Yeah, you don't have to go out and track your food, but you better watch your retirement money. You better get a hold on your retirement money from a holistic standpoint. There are 3 investment worlds. You got a safe world, you have a risk world, and you have a hybrid world. And if you want to learn more about it, and if you really want to understand it, take one of our mini classes. That number's 800-515-2919. Enlighten yourself, folks. 800-515-2919. Give us a call. Enlighten yourself on what's available to you. Most of you don't realize what's available to you. Don't know how to distinguish between an insurance product to a brokerage product because they mix and commingle these different things. You've got to wake up, take a little bit more control of your assets, take a little bit more control of your retirement, especially if you're in retirement or approaching retirement. We're really speaking to you guys. Give us a call, 800-515-2919. Get control of your finances. Learn the 3 investment worlds. In one afternoon, you will be much more enlightened. We'll give you a good idea on what makes the market go up and down. We'll also make you understand the safe instruments, the hybrid instruments, and the risk instruments. Then when you understand them, you can make an intelligent choice of what's right for you. Does that not make sense to you? Get on the phone, 800-515-2919. Call in, leave a message. The live operators will take your information our office staff will get back to you next week, or ourselves, and we'll get you in one of those classes. I'm in Pinehurst, Raleigh, and I say Pinehurst. I'm in Southern Pines, Raleigh, and Greensboro. Doug's in Winston, Charlotte. Paul's down at the lake and Lake Norman area, plus we're up in the high country.
Boone and Blowing Rock.
Boone and Blowing Rock. So, folks, there's just no sense in not giving us a call. 800-515-2919. We don't discuss business. We educate. These are education events.
You know, Brian, Tuesday I had a mini class. I had 5 folks in there. And that's why we call them mini classes, because we don't have 30 and 40 people come to these things. I've even done with one person.
We want a non-intimidating environment.
Yeah, we want people to feel comfortable. But Tuesday, it was interesting as we were going through the 50-50 strategy, and I was showing them some pivots and that kind of thing. That's when this week really started kicking off to the downside. And I had a lady in there who had actually come to a mini class, maybe, a month or so before that, and she just wanted a refresher. But she told me, she said, I got out because I went to that very first mini class. I got out a few days ago. So, folks, you see, these mini classes are working. They're helping people.
Absolutely.
And it's, this is a lady who never knew technical analysis even existed prior to that class. And as I've told you folks over and over again, this is not rocket science. It's pretty easy stuff. It's not that hard to understand. And in an hour and a half's time, you're not going to be an expert, but I think you'll get a good handle on this 50-50 strategy. Enough so that you can recognize a sell signal, and enough so you can recognize a buy signal.
And it's not just the 50-50 strategy. We go over the 3 worlds of investment, and that's safe investments, risk investments, and hybrid. We want you to understand the whole gamut. It's not just a class on the market. It's a class on general investment. And what I mean by that is, once again, we'll go over hybrid instruments. We'll go over what institutions, whether it's the government, banking, or the private sector that offers these. We go over what your absolute choices are. We make you understand so your broker doesn't make you broker. And it's just, that's the goal. And nobody asks for business. But if you want to meet with us after you've gone through that class and you like our thinking, if you will, hey, we'll sit down with you and go over what we do. And you've got nothing to lose. It's a much, like I say, it's an education event. It's up to you. 800-515-2919. And, once again, those offices are in Raleigh, Southern Pines, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, Blowing Rock, also Charlotte, Lake Norman area. And I missed something. Oh, Boone. Thank you.
All right, folks, you know what? We got troubles ahead of us. So it's time for you guys to look out for yourself. We'll be with you. We'll be with you next week. This is the Wealth Guardians.